Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Royce, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh, and you can give us a call tonight at 412-575-2600 on the Borders and Borders hotline. Chris Mueller is over at the 93.7 The Fan Cam, joining me tonight in his famous purple jacket. How you doing, Chris?
It's my Barney the Dinosaur, Richie, but I forgot my green shirt, so I guess it's just the famous purple jacket tonight. I'm good. I don't have bucko fever, so you can forget about asking. I don't care that things, last check, were going well tonight in Kansas City and they're going to sweep the Royals. I do not, in fact, Richie, have bucko fever. I do, however, have Omar Khan fever. All right, I am a convert, you might say, when it comes to the Steelers general manager. How do you like that, Richie?
Teams are getting conned out there, especially the Houston Texans. Yeah, I am a huge fan of him. He deserves a raise. And what a first year that he's been having as the Steelers general manager. He's doing things unlike Steelers have done in the past. I love it. I like the aggressiveness. I like what Weidl brings to the table. This is a team I really believe, and I don't want to sound like a homer here, but looking at this roster, I think they can really compete and maybe do something in the AFC this year.
I think looking at their roster, so I like to do this exercise when we just talk about roster strength. And yeah, I think Omar Khan, just as an aside, is kind of bringing the Steelers into the 21st century. It reminds me of Howie Roseman and how he runs the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a huge compliment I can pay because I think Roseman's doing it about as well as anybody in the league. I think Kevin Colbert was great at his job, but towards the end, it seems like there were some real missteps there that Omar Khan has been trying to clean up after and has done largely a very good job. But I like to do this exercise. We know that quarterback has an outsized influence on the rest of the roster and how a team is viewed and how a team performs. And we know that the Steelers with Kenny Pickett, there's optimism locally and growing optimism nationally, but he's still got to go out there and prove it, right? We agree on all those things, Richie.
Yep, 100%.
So rate the roster 2 to 53. In the AFC, how many rosters 2 to 53, taking the starting quarterback out of the equation, are deeper and better than the Steelers? On defense, few if any. And then on offense, I understand that some of these guys are projections. We see them more. We're more excited about Darnell Washington, but everybody's excited about George Pickens. A lot of people seem to think Jaylen Warren's a very legit 1A, might be the one really in that backfield. People seem to like their tight end group. People seem to like the versatility. And people do seem to like the quarterback. I mean, Broderick Jones is going to start the season as their 6th offensive lineman. They addressed with this Desmond King move, picking him up off the scrap heap. They didn't even have to trade to get him. Their thinnest position. It might be, I actually found myself saying this, Richie, it might be the deepest roster, if you take starting quarterback out of the equation, the deepest roster 2 to 53, and the best roster in the AFC.
Well, all right, let's entertain some fans here for a little bit. Defensively, if we just go in the AFC North, top to bottom, I think they have a better position group than any other team in the North, for sure. Better up front, better linebackers, potentially a better secondary, depending on Joey Porter Jr. Now, offensively, I think the Bengals have a little more skill. If we're not talking, let's take the quarterback out of it. I think the Bengals might have a better receiving core. Right?
They do. The Bengals have the best receiving core in the league.
The Bengals have a better running back, I think. But who knows what Najee Harris
I think
will do.
I think Mixon's on the backside of his career. I think he's better than Najee Harris, but I don't know if I like him better than a well-used Harris-Warren combo.
The Steelers might have the best tight end group now. And maybe potentially the best offensive line.
Nah, I mean, I can't put maybe their tight end group, but Mark Andrews is the best tight end in the division.
Group.
Listen, I'm taking it in totality. The offense is more of a projection, but they've clearly got talent there. I think the AFC team that has the next most talent just stacked out top to bottom, distributed all over the roster is probably the Los Angeles Chargers, believe it or not. Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James. They've got a really good offensive line there. They got some really nice building blocks, but let's not mistake anything here. The Steelers really do have a deep, talented, high-quality roster, exactly the kind of group you should expect to have when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. And now it's up to those players and that quarterback to make good on it, because this is the best team on paper that I can remember them having in probably the last 6 to 8 years. I mean, it looks like the 2017 or a Killer Bees team that was loaded on offense enough that you thought they had a chance to win it all.
You know, I heard, I was listening to you guys on my way into work today, and I heard the interview you did with, was it the Houston Texans beat writer, or I forget his name, whoever it was.
Aaron Wilson, yep.
Yeah, I still don't understand why the Texans would let someone like King go. I don't get it. Was it a money move? Are they just giving up the season? They basically handed the Steelers the one position they need.
Well, I mean, he told us that King does not really fit with D'Amico Ryan's preference of having long, rangy corners. He's about 5'10", so he's an undersized guy, although not dramatically undersized, the way maybe a Mike Hilton was for the position. And this happened with Joe Hayden in Cleveland. I called it the Joe Hayden move just for a primarily slot cornerback.
All right, we got to take a break. We got a packed phone line. So give us a call, 412-575-2600. Back in a couple minutes.